This week, I tried to learn how to wheelie.
This involves lifting your front wheel off the ground, balancing on your rear tire while pedaling to maintain speed. This isn't my first time trying to learn the wheelie, but it has definitely been years. Even with some previous attempts, my initial results were pretty terrible. I was either not pulling my tire up high enough or pulling it up too far and over-rotating. The correct method requires you to put your weight over your handlebars, pulling back while pushing down on your pedals with your dominant leg at the same time. Now, after I got this, the next step was learning how to keep the front wheel up. I needed to learn to incorporate the rear brake. Here, I'm just practicing popping the front tire up and then getting comfortable using the rear brake to bring it back down. Once you're comfortable trusting your rear brake, the next step is learning how to feather it, not squeeze it. And I gotta say, this was one of the more difficult things to learn. The next day, I continued trying to master the rear brake as well as find the balance point. Now, that's between where you're not falling backwards off the bike and you're not letting the front tire drop. And after almost an hour of practice, I did not find it. And at this point, I was feeling a little frustrated, so I decided I'd give myself a smaller challenge and see if I could complete that for today. And that was 10 meters. And even though my technique still needed a lot of work for the wheelie, I felt like this was achievable, and after about 20 attempts, in the end, I got it. On the third day, I was extremely motivated, but knew I had a long way to go. Despite practicing for over an hour, I didn't really have any improvements to show for it. I was still struggling to perfect the rear brakes, and I couldn't find the balance point. So I decided to call it a day. On the fourth day, I was starting to see more success. I was getting better with the rear brake, and I was starting to find my balance. After reviewing some of my old footage, I realized I was bending my arms when I was braking, which was making me fall off to the side. The days of practice that I thought it was going to take yesterday were starting to look like hours. On the fifth day, I found this nice paved track to try and hit my goal of 100 meters. I'm not sure what it was, but something in my brain today just clicked. I found my balance, but I kept falling short. My camera was about to die, my legs and hands were killing me. I was stuck around the 75 to 80 meter mark for a while, and then this happened. In the beginning, I had my doubts. But once again, we prove what's possible if you never give up.